Broadcasting live from Bend, Oregon, it's Fantasy Football with the Dork and the Dude.
I am the Dork.
And I'm the Dude. Today I'm the Voodoo Dude, Dork.
The Voodoo Dude.
There you go. All right. Well, we got a little ceremony here real quick. We got to get down here, Dork. Let me get my voodoo pins. Okay. Probably can't see this very well in the dark, but it's part of the gig.
It doesn't work when the lights are on.
That's it. I had the white pen and the voodoo doll to bring my fantasy football team good luck throughout the season. It's not been working the last 3 or 4 weeks.
You've fallen out of first place.
Yeah, I think I'm in fourth. But anyway, we're going to go a different route here, and we're going to use the black pen, and we're going to put a curse on whoever is in first place in the bottom feeders.
That would be you, Mike.
That's it for this week. We'll see how it works out. But anyway, Voodoo Mojo, baby. We're coming for you, team of clowns.
Okay, be worried, everyone.
Yeah, they better be worried. All right, here we go. Let's get this show going here, Dorkster. All right. Week 14?
Week 14. We just had a fun Thanksgiving Day NFL weekend.
Yeah, we did.
And the Bears have a new coach, thank God.
Yeah, a lot's happened. I went 9-7 on my Week 13 picks, Dork, but you know, we pick them all, so
9-7 for me as well. Yeah.
As far as betting goes, I stayed off the ones that I missed in the pick'em and had another good week, Dork.
You bet the right ones.
I bet the right ones.
Okay.
Here we go. Like I say, one of the first rules of betting: don't play bad teams.
And trust voodoo.
We got a lot of trust in voodoo. We're going to see how that's going to come down. If I'm Mike, I'm sweating it a little bit.
Okay.
I think he's out of town, so he might even be sweating double time.
Okay.
Okay, so you ready to kick off with some dudes for Week 14, Dork?
That's what I live for.
That's it, man. So kick us off with some quarterback dudes.
How about Will fucking Levis?
I love it. I got him as a sleeper.
You know, he's been doing better. He's got that, is it Westbrook Ikine?
Ikine.
Yeah. Okay.
I just picked him off waivers, man.
He's become the man for them. He scores a lot of touchdowns.
Dude has like 9 touchdowns or something on 30 receptions.
Yeah.
It's insane. Now, I picked him up and I'm plugging him in, which means he'll probably have 2 catches for 20 yards. But
that could be. But you got voodoo on your side, so I think Ikine is going to be fine.
I'm good with that.
And they're playing the Jags, who are just terrible.
They're packing it in.
They're
going for the number 1 pick so that they can groom the successor to the generational talent.
Well, I don't know if there is a number 1 quarterback out there. But
doesn't matter. They've got to pay Trevor. They just gave him $50 million plus.
Yep, and they're gonna. If they're smart, they'll get a big O lineman or a big D lineman.
They'll get a new coach. They'll draft well. They'll improve that defense, which is in shambles.
Yeah.
I like that one. I got Sam Darnold versus Atlanta.
Yeah, I have him too. At home, been pretty good. Atlanta hasn't been great against the pass.
They've lost, 3, 4 in a row now?
I think 3 in a row, yeah.
Yeah, they're in a tailspin.
How about Russell Wilson against Cleveland?
I like it.
A 400-plus yard game.
I like it. Yeah.
I actually picked him up. I'm streaming him this week.
I would.
So he better do well.
Who's your other boy?
I dropped Stafford, I want to say, and my other quarterback is Goff.
Okay, you're not playing golf tonight then, huh?
No.
Okay.
I think the pack is. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game.
I think we'll get to that later, but I disagree.
Okay.
I've got Russ versus Cleveland as well. I got Joe Burrow versus Dallas. He's going to torch those fucks.
You think?
I know so.
Okay. I didn't put him down. He's pretty good every week. I saw some stat on his touchdown, like over 30 touchdowns and less than 5 interceptions. It's something like that. I don't know if I have the numbers right.
Right.
All the quarterbacks that have done that through 12 games in their record.
Yep.
And Burrow, most of them were like 9-3 was the worst. Burrow is 4-8.
I know.
You know, and it's just too bad. He's been one of. I mean, if that team's good, he's an MVP candidate with the numbers he's putting up.
He's playing lights out for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got. You got any more?
I have Baker against Vegas.
Baker's kind of a perma dude now.
Yeah, he is, but so is Burrow. You know.
True.
And when we mention the perma dudes, it's for the daily fantasy thing too.
Right.
We say, I think this guy's going to go off. And I wanted to go one way or the other on this guy, and that's Kirk Cousins.
Okay.
And I decided in this revenge game, he's going to be a dude. I hope it turns out one way or the other. He either passes for 500 yards.
He's been a dork.
Or just is completely dorky with 4 more interceptions.
Yeah.
And a humiliating loss where that's the start of the Michael Penix era in Atlanta.
I think he's washed.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
I'm
not the only one out there that thinks he's washed.
Oh no, I heard. After I did my picks on my midday ride up to Redmond, Oregon, I listened to Ross and Fez, and they say we can't touch Kirk.
Oh,
he looks so bad.
Yeah, he does.
I'm going to believe in him this week and say go with them because I think the potential is there for a huge game.
Okay.
For him, Minnesota is is pretty bad against the pass. So if he's going to break, if he can't break out in a revenge game against this pass defense, he is washed.
Yeah. Well, the dude's a statue.
Uh-huh.
And he's going to get blitzed like probably 35% of the fucking time.
Probably.
And he'll throw
Brian Flores rolls.
He'll throw a couple of bad picks and he'll be a dork.
He might, or he might be good, Kirk. That's unstoppable.
Yeah. No, I told you, I've been saying for weeks now that Atlanta and Houston are paper tigers. And I've been right. They're both on 3-game losing streaks.
Yeah.
And I want it to continue because I got Tampa Bay to win that damn division, man.
Oh, damn it.
And they're tied right now, even though head-to-head.
Atlanta beat them twice, right?
Beat them twice.
Yeah.
They only have to have a better record by 1 game, and they win the division.
Right.
And, okay, so you're done with QBs?
Let's see. Levis, Baker, Darnold, Russell Wilson, and my guy, Kirk Cousins.
There you go. Good luck with that. Running back, I'll kick it off. Chase Brown versus Dallas.
Yeah, he's my second one. I agree. That's all I'll say. How about Tyrone Tracy?
I'm plugging him in.
Another one. Yeah, you got him too, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I had claims in for him and Garendo.
Right.
But Garendo was the first one, so that's who I got.
I figured Garendo would be gone.
Yeah.
And so, but originally I had Garendo and then I had Tracy.
Mm-hmm.
And I changed the priority. I wanted Tracy more anyway because I only need him for 1 more week because I have Taylor and Henry on bye.
Oh, okay.
And so he won't crack my lineup from.
He might. He's put up some good weeks.
I can't start him over Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor, or Monty.
Monty? Okay. No, you can't. You're right.
So I just need him for a week. And I thought
this week he'll be pretty good for you. And
that's what I'm hoping.
If he's going off and he's on your bench,
yep,
that sucks for the rest of us. So, is that okay to blow out that candle before the end of the pod?
Yeah, I already did my invocation.
Okay, just wondering.
I understand this shit, Dork.
Okay, and in the same game, how about Alvin Kamara as a dude?
I like that.
I mean, he is a perma dude, but the Giants are terrible, and they're mailing it in.
Yeah, and he's been down a little bit lately. He's due for a big game where he scores 2 or 3 touchdowns. I could see that. How about your boy Kieran?
Kieran Williams against the Bills?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Bills aren't very good against the run.
No, they're not. You're right. And it could be a trap game for them where they, You know,
they're going for home field, baby.
They won some big game. Okay, it could be, but
they're not going to let off the gas, just like Detroit ain't going to let off.
I don't know. LA needs it more.
Yeah, I don't subscribe to that whole narrative, shall we say.
Okay.
I got, who else you got?
I got DeAndre Swift and Isaac Guerendo.
A lot of people have Swift as a dork.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going to disagree.
Okay.
You saw how how everyone's chewing up the Niners on the ground.
And in the air.
Yeah.
Okay, I could see that. I got Breece Hall versus Miami. He's been a dork all year, but he's going to have a good week this week.
Okay. Integrity
pick.
I also have Tony Pollard against Jacksonville.
I almost put him down, but yeah.
He's almost a perma-dude, but again,
Jacksonville, they're giving up, like I said.
If there's any thought about sitting him, don't.
You know what Jacksonville would be smart to do if they did get the number 1 or 2 pick? Trade out.
We'll see. We'll see what the quarterback
they're already
situation
in
is
for the next 3 or 4 years with Trevor. So, okay, I got. Let's see here. That's all I got. I had Tracy as a sleeper.
So I wanted to mention Saquon Barkley.
Saquon.
Yeah. Obviously, he's a perma dude, and we don't need to mention him here.
He's the MVP of fantasy, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, dork. I'm the dude. You're the dork.
He's playing Carolina, though.
Right.
And if you do the daily fantasy, as much as he costs, I don't think you can ignore that. So I just thought I'd mention that. He's been so good, and he's in such a good situation this week.
He's a perma dude.
He's a perma dude, and he could have a league-winning week this week.
You can say that every week.
Or if it's daily fantasy, it could win you some money this weekend. So
okay,
I thought I'd mention him.
Wide receiver dudes.
Well, because I think Kirk might go off, you got to play Drake London and Darnell Mooney.
Yeah, if you believe that Kirk's going off.
If you buy into that narrative.
I don't. So I think they're going to probably be dorks too.
I'm smelling a little side bet on that game.
Definitely. When we get there, we'll look at the number and I'll bet that with your ass. You're already behind on our season bets, dork. You got to start working to try to get back to even, fool.
I know.
Okay, I've got Puka and Cup versus Buffalo.
Puka and Cup?
Both.
Really?
Yeah, and I think this is going to be the game where the Rams are exposed. And I've got a shitload of futures bets on them, and I don't want them to go down.
You think they're going to have a good game? You got them as dudes.
Have who is? Dudes. I'm sorry. Yeah, as dudes.
Okay.
Because I'm sorry, man. Because Buffalo, their weakness is the pass.
It is.
So yeah, Puka and Cup will be dudes.
Okay, and we talked about your guy Westbrook in Ikine.
Yep.
I can't pronounce Saquon. How am I supposed to pronounce Ikine?
We're just use his initials and shit.
Okay. Against the Jags again, they're terrible again. Their defense has been a sieve all year.
I'm with you. Of course, they are coming off a bye. Maybe they can solve a couple of problems.
Maybe.
But I wouldn't bet on it. I'm taking Ridley versus Jacksonville.
Yeah. I can see it. How about George Pickens against Cleveland?
He's almost a perma dude.
He's almost a perma dude. I agree. I think it's a good spot for him, though.
Yeah.
And take Kelvin Austin the third while you're at it. That guy just shows up at big moments.
He's out of concussion protocol, too.
Mm-hmm.
I've got DK versus Arizona. He's going to be a dude this week.
Their defense has been pretty good.
Yeah, well, DK's been kind of a dork, and I think this is a good spot for him to break out.
Step up or check out, DK.
And I think the way Seattle's playing, they're going to be winging it out.
It's an interesting game.
Yeah, it is.
Two good teams with emerging defenses.
I've already bet Seattle.
Oh, you have?
Yep.
Okay. Anyways, back to the wide receivers. I think Malik Neighbors is a dude.
He's been a dork.
Yeah, well, that's going to change.
Okay, Drew Lock, if you might throw 3 touchdowns and 3 picks.
He might.
So, yeah, somebody's going to have to get those touchdowns. He might throw 2. I got my sleeper as my boy Shakir versus the Rams.
Okay. I have an interesting one. I know he's been dorky, but Debo against the Bears is a threat to make a long run, at least.
He's on my roster. I can't start him.
You're not.
He looks hurt. He looks hurt.
He might be, but
and they cover up their injuries.
I think he just strikes me as an interesting play because the Bears have given up some long
I can't
runs.
play him. I've been benching him the last 2 weeks.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Let me run through. Yes, that's all I got.
Tight end dudes.
Okay, I guess Goddard is out.
He's out.
And they do use the tight end, so if you're desperate, is it Calcaterra?
Okay.
Is that the backup who's probably going to start for them?
I don't know.
The Eagles? I mean, you get a starter in a good offense that's going to score a lot of points.
Yeah, I don't know if I could make him a dude, but I could definitely bet a prop bet on his ass.
Make him a sleeper?
A sleeper for sure.
Okay. I also have, of the dudes, I have Cade Otton.
Me too.
Will Dissly.
Your boy.
Oh, yeah. Chig Okonkwo.
Okay.
Fryermuth. He seems like a perma-dude with me.
Yeah, he does. And he's hit or miss.
Another sleeper Monday night is if Ferguson doesn't start.
Ferguson looks like he's going to play.
Oh, he does? He's
Yeah.
been practicing?
Yeah, today
then I'll give him a dude status because Cincinnati
is terrible.
Tight ends shred them.
Everybody does.
Mm-hmm.
The only one I have that you didn't have is Laporta tonight versus Green Bay.
Laporta's a good one.
Okay, let's go. Do defenses. Hit me, Dork.
Tennessee.
Okay.
Playing Mac Jones.
I could see him as a sleeper.
Okay.
Yeah, Mac Jones is terrible.
Who else you got?
I got Tampa Bay versus Vegas.
Yeah, again, play the bad teams.
Yep.
I got them too. I got Minnesota against Atlanta on the off chance that this feeling I have about Kirk, it's about 55% good, 45% he's going to be terrible.
Right.
So just in case the 45% hits, Minnesota's a good play.
Yeah, they're almost a perma start.
Yeah,
they're hit or miss lately, but I got New Orleans versus the Giants.
Oh yeah, you got the Giants are a team you got to play against.
Yeah, big time.
I do have Seattle down because they've just been making a lot of splash.
They've been on fire.
Lately.
Their D's been on fire for about 2 or 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm. And I put Dallas down against Cincy.
Okay.
I know they're going to give up some yards, but they've been forcing more turnovers lately, probably since Parsons came back.
Okay.
And they got that Turpin. I know you just cut him, but because he's hit and miss, but he's a hell of a returner. So.
Yeah, well, and I had him in my lineup last week. He caught 3 passes for 51 yards or something.
Right.
So he's getting targets.
Yes.
I almost kept him and plugged him in this week, but he's too risky.
He's hit or miss.
Yeah,
I think we call him.
I've got Arizona versus the Seahawks as a D.
I can see that. Yeah, I think that's going to be a low-scoring game.
I do too.
So,
yeah, I might have to take the under in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, any more?
No.
Okay, let's go. Dorks.
Okay.
Give it to me, Dork.
Brock Purdy against the Bears.
Yeah. The Niners, it's just a lost season.
It sees like it.
And I feel bad for it, but that shit happens.
That happens. Join the 75% of the fans in the league. You know?
Yeah. Well, but for last 5 years, we're used to good teams.
Yeah, and they're going to be back winning 12, 13 games next year.
I think so.
And it wouldn't surprise me if they won out, finished 10-7, and became the team no one wants to play in the playoffs.
I hear you. I think I heard cow turd the other day. talking about how the Niners shouldn't sign Purdy to a long-term contract. Now, I know the guy's an idiot, but that was even idiotic for him.
What are they going to do? You got an excellent quarterback. He was in the MVP discussion last year.
Tell me about it. He can't help it that everybody's hurt, including himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cowturd's an idiot. Okay.
Dork QB.
Yep.
Stafford.
You just cut him.
Dork.
Oh, Dork. Yeah. Okay. That's why you cut him.
I just think
he can throw for 3 touchdowns and 300 yards tonight.
He could. Not tonight, but.
Yeah, tonight.
No, Stafford.
Oh, Stafford. Yeah, Sunday.
He could. But we got to pick some dorks. And
you know, all the wise guys are on the Rams this week against Buffalo.
I am too, but I think it's more about low scoring and, Buffalo in a bad spot, I guess.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Okay.
Buffalo might steamroll them,
Okay. I got Kyler Murray. He's going to be a dork against Seattle.
Yeah, that's a good one. You might throw Geno in there too. I just get the feeling they're both.
Yeah.
It's going to be low scoring and
running game, kind of a defensive battle. There'll be some turnovers and fuck ups.
Yeah. And when I put down, he's probably not starting in many places.
Right.
But he's in a real bad situation if you were thinking of starting him, and that is Bryce Young.
Sure.
Against Philly,
you'd have to be in a 14-team league or a 2 quarterback.
Right, but he's had some decent games since he came back.
True, and, he's played better.
People might be tempted to start him. This isn't the week. I'm just going to say.
I hear you. I got tonight Jordan Love versus Detroit.
Really,
dork potential.
I agree. He can throw interceptions.
He's been playing better lately. He hasn't thrown a pick in 2 games.
Yeah.
He was leading the league there for a while. I don't know if he still is or not. No, I think Jameis might be catching him.
Jameis is going to catch him in a couple more games.
I heard that.
The way he's firing.
Okay, give me some running back dorks.
The Gus Bus.
I can see that. He's been a dork.
He's been a dork. He's playing one of the best running defenses.
I don't think he's 100% back from his injury.
Could be, but,
he doesn't have any burst.
Yeah.
I can see that. I got Bijan versus Minnesota. He's going to be a dork.
Interesting. Minnesota might be, all things considered, the best team against the run. They're easily in the top 2 or 3.
Yeah, they're up there with Baltimore and a few others.
But I can't make Bijan a dork. He's been surprisingly good. You did. I can't.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm not asking you to. I'm just telling you what the fuck I'm doing.
Okay.
He's going to be a clown.
We'll revisit this Thursday. I got, a guy on my team. I've been kind of waiting to play him, but now is not the week. Isaiah Pacheco.
Yeah.
Against the Chargers.
Hunt's still getting a lot of action.
Yes, that too.
Okay, I can see that. I got Kenneth Walker III versus Arizona. Dork. He's been a dork.
Cards have built a good defense.
Yeah. In fact, I think Walker's banged up and they're not telling anybody.
Could be. Because Charbonnet has been getting a lot of play.
He got the goal line and a touchdown last week.
Yes, he did.
I'm surprised he's still on our waiver wire.
How about Najee?
Dork?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to make Najee a dork. He's been, he's getting 18 carries a week.
Yeah. I think Cleveland, they're going to be passing more this weekend just because of that. That's what Cleveland.
Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
Well, he threw, Russ threw for 400. How could you throw for any more?
I'll throw for 500.
Yeah, no, I see goal line. They're going to run the ball.
That's true.
Tomlin likes to do that.
That's true. But, I got him as a dork.
And
that's what the numbers say.
Russ has had a couple of dumb end zone interceptions this year. I think if they get down there inside the 10, 1st and goal, they're going to be running the shit out of the ball.
Could be, but it might be Jalen Warren.
Yeah, I got your boy. I've actually got Hunt and Pacheco, dorks.
Oh, okay. Both KC guys. I can see that against the Chargers.
Yeah, I think they'll might try to shake it up with some end arounds with Hardman and Worthy maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not going to try to run through the tackles on those dudes.
Okay, the last one I got is Chuba.
Yeah, I was going to put him down, but he's kind of been a dork.
And then 2, it's lower expectations, and that's your guy Bijan and also Josh Jacobs. But
okay, so you agree that
obviously, I do.
Okay.
I do. But obviously, you got to start him if you got him.
Well, no doubt. You can't bench Bijan,
mm-hmm.
but you're going to play him, and he's going to be a dork.
Maybe.
Okay, wide receiver Dorks.
Okay. Seems I got this guy one way or the other every week, and that's Waddle, and he's a dork this week.
Yeah, okay. I could see that. Although I think Tua's going to have a good game, and Waddle has been playing better.
Waddle,
of course, he was playing so fucking bad that he'd have to play better. Let's see. I got your boy Jaden Reed tonight. Dork.
Dork. Okay.
Yep.
Interesting. I got Devontae Adams, if he's even still around, any of the Jets.
Oh, I hear you. Yeah, you could. Let's dork the whole Jet team. Their whole team's a fucking dorks. Even though I did make Brees Hall a dude.
And that's the team, Trevor. When you get the number 1 pick, trade it to the Jets for some good stuff, so they can draft their quarterback of the future.
That's it.
And get it wrong again.
Yep. Who else you got?
The only other one I got was Juwan Jennings.
I got him too.
The Bears.
It's a bad spot.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Tight end Dorks.
Tucker Kraft tonight.
Okay.
Juwan Johnson against the Giants.
Giants play tight end pretty tough, do they?
That's what I must have read somewhere.
Oh, it's not in your model?
No, my model is just to look at the lists at reference.
Yeah, that's my model
and then
too.
look at the yards per rush or pass.
Okay, I got you. I got let's see here. I got Kelsey versus Chargers.
Yeah, I got him too.
Yeah, you're gonna be a dork. That's a bad matchup.
The only thing I worry about, and the reason I didn't make Mahomes a dork as a quarterback, is that game does have some shootout potential.
Yeah, it does.
So,
although Chargers are leading the league, allowing 14 points a fucking game.
I know.
And KC's not exactly lighting up the scoreboard.
They are not.
Yeah, so I would go more for that's going to be a low-scoring game than a shootout. But I can see there's always potential with those dudes.
Yeah.
That's all I got. I got Ingram versus Tennessee.
I have Ingram and Kmet.
Okay.
I thought about Jonnu Smith, but he has been on such a roll. I don't care how good the Jets are on defense.
I'm playing him this week. The matchup's bad, but you can't bench him.
You can't bench him. He's been on a roll, and just roll with it. When Jonnu gets on a roll, don't stop, till he's done.
That's it. You got any more?
No.
Okay, let's get to our picks for Week 14, Dork.
Do you want to do Dork D's real quick?
Dork D's.
Do you have any?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, I missed that. Thanks for reminding
me. I got KC, the Chargers, and Buffalo. I just don't see a lot of points being scored by those D's.
Okay, I can see that. Because those teams that they're playing against, they don't turn it over much.
Right.
I've got the Bills versus Rams as a Dork D. And I've got Detroit tonight versus Green Bay as a dork.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay, let's get to our picks, man.
Let's do it.
Before we start reeling them off here, let me do what I've been doing the last few weeks because it's helping me, and that is best and worst teams against the spread, dork. We're going to be machine gunning these dudes at the bottom.
Damn.
Yeah, you got that right.
Who you got?
Okay, let's see here. Number 1, Denver, 10-3. Pittsburgh, Detroit, 9-3. Phillies, 8-4. Washington, 8-4-1. Chargers, 8-4. Buffalo, 8-4. Arizona, 8-4. Minnesota, 7-4. Indy, 8-5. Then you get in the middle of the pack with the clowns coming up. Here's the clowns you don't want to even be fucking with. Tennessee 2-10, Jets 3-9, Giants 3-9, Dallas 4-8, San Francisco, surprise, surprise, 4-8, Cleveland 4-8, Carolina 5-7, New England 5-7, Rams 5-7, blah blah blah. So bet the guys that are covering because they're continuing to cover more times than not. That's your gambling advice for today. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Do it.
Okay, let's kick it off. Dork Green Bay tonight, +3 versus those Detroit Lions in Detroit. The total's 51.5.
I'm leaning Green Bay. I don't
Me
have
too.
a strong feeling.
I've already bet them.
But I figure they're getting the points. Go with them.
I hear you. Me too.
I noticed their last game.
Although Detroit, like I said, they're number one covering.
Yeah.
In fact, they're number one in the NFL covering the spread the last 3 years, man.
Yeah.
Campbell covers.
That's why this is just a lean.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But
I bet it, but I don't feel good about it.
Green Bay, when Detroit beat them in Green Bay a few weeks ago,
yeah,
you listen to the quotes of the Packers after the game. They genuinely believe that they're the better team and they should have won that game.
Right.
I mean, they're not going to go in there in awe of, the unstoppable Lions.
I agree.
They're gonna go into slug.
They play them twice a year. They know each other.
Yeah.
It is in Detroit, and Detroit plays better at home, so that worries me.
Oh, everything betting against Detroit worries me. But if you're asking me to make a pick here, it's Green Bay.
Me too. How about the over-under?
I am going under.
Me too.
51.5 is a lot. They could light it up.
Yep. Or both offenses could be kind of duds.
Yeah.
But there's so many injuries. Detroit's defense is
it's amazing.
It's a mash unit.
Yeah.
Okay, next game. Carolina +12.5 versus Philadelphia in Philly. The number's 46.
I'm laying the points. I'm going with Philly.
Me too. I haven't bet it yet. But
I'm not going to bet it. But again.
Oh, I've been betting.
That's a lot of points to lay.
I've been betting Philly double digit, and they've been covering. And I got the over.
Under.
Okay, Raiders +6.5 versus Tampa Bay in Tampa. The total's 46.5.
This is another tough call. I'm going with Tampa.
Me too.
Just because, when in doubt, go with the team with something to play for.
Yeah, play the better team.
Yeah, and they are the better team.
Yep.
I do like the over.
I've got the under. I think I might. I don't know how the Raiders are going to score, although you can throw on Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Okay, next. Your Atlanta Falcons +6 versus Minnesota in Minnesota. The total's 46.
Okay, it is 6 now.
Yep.
I'm going with Atlanta. I think it's too many points for one. Atlanta plays everything close, and
yeah,
I think they just might win.
Okay,
I like the over.
I'm going Minnesota. They're 7-4-1 against the spread.
Okay. Do you want?
I'm doing the over too.
Do you want to do a little side bet on this one?
Yeah. You want me to lay 6?
Yeah.
$10.
$10.
You're on.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we haven't been side betting.
We haven't been side betting. We got to get one in there, and I love that Kirk Cousins is in the middle of it.
Oh, me too. Because, like I said, he's washed.
He might be.
Okay.
He might be, Rabbit. He might be.
I got to get that back on one of our buttons. The old Bugs Bunny. That was always a funny one. Okay, let's, well, I think Minnesota's going to slap the shit out of the Falcons. The Falcons are circling the drain. Okay, Cleveland +6.5 versus Pittsburgh. The number's 43.5.
Oh, 43.5. I got the over on the number.
Me too.
And I'm just going to take that big point spread. I figure Jameis will do a backdoor cover or something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with Cleveland.
I'm laying the 6.5 with Pittsburgh.
I almost did that. I no strong feelings here. Jameis is such a wild card.
Yeah, but Pittsburgh's They've been scoring lately.
They are solid. That's a good team. I mean, I don't think
Jameis is going to throw 2 or 3 pick sixes, but he might throw one.
He might throw 2 or 3 though.
No, you know what? My gut feeling is this is one of those games where Jameis is going to throttle it back.
Yeah.
Which means less production, but maybe less turnovers.
Okay.
But I've got to go Pittsburgh here.
Okay.
And the over.
I have the over as well. I like the over quite a bit, actually.
I do too. I think I'm going to bet that. Jets plus 5.5 versus Miami. In Miami, the number's 45.
Whew. I took Miami.
Me too. I think they'll win by 7 or more.
They've been pretty good lately since Tua came back.
And this is one of those games where they could just crush the Jets.
They might. Yeah.
They're not circling the drain. They went down the drain and they're in a fucking sewage treatment plant at this point.
Yeah, and the thing is they're baffling. That's all I can say.
They're bad. Okay, I got the under.
I took the under as well.
I see Miami putting up maybe 28. This could be a 28-13, which gets you under.
Okay, who's next?
New Orleans Saints minus 4.5 versus the Giants. The number's 41. Of course, betting wise, this is a stay away from me. 2 bad teams. And I tend to. I do like the Giants, and I actually like them quite a bit. The only issue is New Orleans has been better since Carr came back. Yeah, but they're still mediocre.
They're still mediocre, but this seems like a good opportunity for the Giants to get a win.
Yeah, and if New Orleans wins 31-10,
that's very possible.
I would kill myself. I'm taking New Orleans laying the points.
Okay, and I like the under in this one.
At the under as well. Jacksonville plus 3 versus Tennessee. The number's 39.5 in Nashville.
Tennessee in the over for me.
I got Jacksonville and the 3, and I'm going over.
Okay.
Tennessee can't cover. They're the worst. They've covered twice all fucking year.
This is a good opportunity for them to make it right.
The pros have been getting their ass kicked with that same goddamn philosophy. I hope that works for you, dork. Okay. You want to bet that game?
The 3 points?
Yeah.
I'm laying 3. Yeah, let's do it.
I'll take Jacksonville.
Your guy Trevor.
Yeah, they've actually been covering in the last.
He's on IR now.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, Farah.
Okay. Can't believe you're betting on the Jags.
I'm not going to bet it on DraftKings and shit, but I'll bet it with you.
Okay, I love it.
Okay, next game, Seattle plus 3 versus Arizona. The number's 44.5.
I did take Seattle. This is a tough one.
Me too.
And I love the under, though, 44.5.
I took the over. I think there's going to be a shootout.
It might be a surprising shootout. Okay.
Not surprising. They both score a lot of points.
They have some decent talent.
They're probably both top 10 in scoring.
But those defenses are both really rounding into shape.
They are. It's going to be a good matchup, good game. Go Hawks. Bills minus 3.5 versus the Rams. The number's 45.5.
45.5?
I mean 49.5.
49, okay. I got the Rams here.
I'm taking the Bills.
Down for Buffalo.
Already bet them.
It could be a fool's errand to be going against Buffalo, but
I'm thinking it is. And I got the over.
Okay.
Your Chicago Bears plus 4 versus the 49ers in Santa Clara, and the number's 44.
A lot of shit going on here. Bears get a new coach. That could energize them, but
if they play better, but they're still losing.
Yeah. I'm going with Niners here.
I took Chicago and the points.
It's 3.5? 4? Okay. I just see San Francisco as a team with a shot to win out and sneak into
that's
the
been the
playoffs.
narrative for the last 2 weeks, and it ain't happening.
But it's still a possibility. They're only 2 games behind the Seahawks.
You know what their odds are to make the playoffs right now? 10%. The Niners.
10 now, how does it? 10 to 1?
10%.
10%.
Yeah. Whereas Phillies is 95. Theirs is
okay.
10.
Okay. So if I decided I'm going to throw down a bet on the Niners to make the playoffs,
right?
If I thought they were gonna, I could get good odds.
Yeah, you wouldn't get
10-1.
10-1, but
okay.
Yeah, I don't know. They're probably setting it to make the playoffs.
I'll look at it tonight.
Yeah, maybe minus 300, I would guess.
Okay, that's probably not enough.
Okay, I got the under in that game.
I have the over.
Okay. Cincy, minus 5.5 versus Dallas. And Dallas, the number's 49.5.
I'm taking Dallas in the points.
Me too.
They've been decent lately.
Last 2 weeks they played well.
And the defense is starting to force some turnovers.
Cincy's
I love the over.
Imploding.
Yeah.
I mean, Burrow's calling out everybody.
Yep.
So that can either inspire them or they'll just continue going down the shitter.
Yep.
And I got the over. Then lastly, the Chargers, +4 versus KC. The number's 43.
Love the Chargers.
I took them too.
I think they might win the game.
KC's not covering.
If KC is given less than a field goal, I say bet against it.
I hear you.
Okay.
The guys have been betting KC, the pros, and getting their ass kicked. And they're a minority, but
yeah.
Every week the narrative's the same way with them. This is the week they're going to explode.
Yeah.
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 I don't see no explosion.
Okay, give my 5 best bets. I was only 1-3 last week, hence the rock and rollin' week. But Cleveland, Pittsburgh over 43.5.
I like it.
Seattle, Arizona under 44.5.
Hate it.
Tennessee -3 at Jacksonville.
Hate it.
Atlanta +5.5 at Minnesota. Or is it 6? I think you said it was 6 at Minnesota.
Dumb.
And the Chargers +4 at Kansas City. Go Kirk Cousins.
I like the Chargers. Yeah. Yeah. Don't invest any bet. This is my advice. Do not bet on anything involving Kirk Cousins at this point because Michael Penix Jr. might be playing next fucking week.
He might be playing this week.
He might be playing in the fourth quarter this week.
Right.
So I can't back those guys with hard-earned cash. Okay, here's what I've already bet, Dork. I got Seattle +3 versus Arizona, and I also got them on the money line at +130 to win that. You think
Seattle's going to win that game?
I do.
Okay.
Or I wouldn't bet it.
I have no opinion on it. That's just for the sake of the race in the NFC
and
West.
This isn't being a Seahawks homer.
Right. Well, you have integrity, dude. You know what? It's all business to you.
It's all business, Sonny. Strictly business, Sonny.
Mm-hmm.
I got Pittsburgh. I laid the 6.5 versus Cleveland. I got Buffalo. I laid the 4 versus the Rams. I got Miami. I got them at -6 versus the Jets. Tampa Bay -6.5 versus Vegas. And tonight I got Green Bay on the money line +142.
I like Green Bay on the money line. The other bets, I can't argue against them. But I do like Green Bay on the money line. That's a sneaky good bet.
Well, I got them at 142. They're down to like 124.
I'm going to go ahead and throw down on my 5 best bets. That's Cleveland, Pittsburgh over, Seattle, Arizona under.
Do it.
Tennessee, Atlanta, and the Chargers.
Throw $10 each game.
$10 each game. And I might be wearing the wig next week if it doesn't work out.
Here's how my units are. 1 unit is $10. 2 units is $20.
Yeah, that's pretty much me. I mean, if I'll go down to 5 if it's
I go down to 5 on
long
prop
shot
bets.
Long shot Super Bowl bet.
Right. Okay. Well, there you go. Good luck, everybody out there in their fantasy league for Week 14 and betting.
Yes.
And we will see you next week. Getting close to Christmas here, Dork.
It's getting close to Christmas.
We're going to have a Christmas show.
It's supposed to be a very good weather week. Are we going to go with Bing Crosby again?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I know.
I'm going to break out the ukulele and the whole bit.
Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah.
We want to be here for that.
All right. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Hit that subscribe button and make comments.
Smash the subscribe.
Yeah, smash. And where can they find us, Dork?
On Twitter at Dork and Dude FFL, and I'm going to try and set up something on both Blue Sky.
Do it.
And Threads.
Okay.
So we can leave the hellhole that is Twitter.
I like it.
And also, what is it? Google, Apple, Amazon, iHeart, Stitcher, Spotify.
That's it.
Check us out and enjoy the games this weekend.
Yep.
It's really getting into fun football season, and
weather's going to be a factor for a while.
Yep, be there for it.
Playoff run.
Yep.
We'll see you next week. Voodoo baby coming for you, team of clowns. Thanks for reminding me, Dork.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see that stuck in there? Rough week for you coming. What I'm talking about.